Today, we're talking about Civivi Knives. Welcome back, guys. This is Owen May from A to Z Reviews. We are doing knife talk today. Usually, that's where I talk about one knife in under 5 minutes, where you get to know everything you need to know before you make that final purchase. But before we get into that, I have a new studio. I have lights. I have a whole brand new backdrop I built today. Hashtag Harbor Freight. But this is also a different type of video than Knife Talk, because usually it's one knife. Today, I have two. So in under 10 minutes today, you are going to know all you need to know about these two knives before you have to spend your hard-earned money on some knives, especially since we're getting so close to Christmas. You can watch this and know exactly what you're getting into. But before I start talking about either one of these knives, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all ate as much as I did, or even more. So, let's get into the first knife.
Go for it.
So this is the first knife we're here to talk about today. But before I talk about the knife, let's talk about Civivi itself. So, Civivi's parent company is We Knives. And if you have never heard of We Knives, they are based out of China. Now, don't let that fool you. They make really high quality stuff. We alone makes really high quality, really high price stuff. And I have a few of their knives and they are great. But Civivi, the reason they made Civivi is they made knives more of the customer based price point. Like this knife itself is $60. And you can't beat that for the quality you get out of these knives that Civivi produces. They have great price points, all for people that buy. That's what they're here to make for. And that is from Civivi themselves. But let's get into the first knife. Now this is the Civivi Elementum Tanto blade. The model number C907TA. But if you go to their website, it's the only Elementum they produce. So look up Elementum. It's like 3 rows down. There you go. But you know what? Before we get here, let's look in the bag real quick. So this is the bag you get with Civivi. This is the bag you get for Civivi. Let's make sure the logo's right side up. It's padded case. It's really great. It comes with all their folders. It makes sure that your knife doesn't, get nicks or dings while it's getting sent in shipping. The two stickers you get, the Circle Civivi sticker, the logo, and the Civivi Elementum, the original Civivi Elementum. The legal papers you get so you don't sue them. And now, to the Civivi Elementum Tanto. Look at that. Insert close-up. Look at this knife. The knife itself, a little under 3 inches of blade, so that isn't that big of a kick. I like a little bit longer of a blade, but for EDC, you don't need a machete. This will open boxes. This will do all the everyday stuff. The blade is made from D2, so it won't rust, especially with the coating it has on it. It won't rust, but D2 itself has very high rust resistance, and it's very easy to sharpen. So, next, it's a flat grind Tanto, but right here, it doesn't have a flat spine like Tantos usually have. There's a little curve up here, but that's okay. But what I really like about Tantos, and what you guys should like also, on the spine, right near the point of Tantos, they have a lot of meat. They usually have a lot of meat towards the end of the tip. So, tips don't break on Tantos, usually. They don't. And if they do, you are doing something you probably shouldn't have done. But they're really hard to break tips with Tantos, so keep that in mind. The handle material itself is brass, but it's more of a weathered, like retro-looking brass. But that's cool. Liner lock and deep carry pocket clip. And in the action, ceramic ball bearing. So the action, super slick, super fast, and the detent is just enough at the end. It doesn't come out. It's not gonna come out unless you want it to. And that's what I like about Civivi. They've done this really well. They make sure their actions are super slick, super fast, and they open when you want them to. And what I really like about this blade, and it's probably my favorite thing I like about this knife, is the heftiness to it. The brass scales on here give it some heftiness, so you know it's in your pocket. Now, some knives' claim to fame is that you can't even feel it in your pocket. I don't like that. I want to know it's there. So when it's not there, I can feel that it's not there. So those are my opinions on the Civivi Elementum Tanto. Go check them out, civivi.com. Something just fell. The knife off the new backdrop. That's okay. But let's talk about the second knife. So now, to the second knife. Now this is a fixed blade, as you can see by the size of the box. Now, like I said before, I'm going to use a cheat sheet. The model number, C2105A. Now, if you're still on the Elementum page that I told you to go to, it's a couple more rows below the Tanto, so you can't miss it. They have one that comes with a leather sheath, and they have one that comes with a Kydex sheath. This is the one with the Kydex sheath. But you open it up. Now, like I said, it's not a folder, so it doesn't come with the bag. But you get the knife, the sheath, 2 stickers, like I said, that comes with every Civivi knife, and make sure there's no moisture in there, and legal papers so they don't sue you, or so you don't sue them. So first, let's talk about the fixed blade Elementum. Okay, so the blade length is a little under 4 inches. The overall, altogether, it's a little over, or it's under 8.5 inches. A little under 8.5 inches. But altogether, you get plenty of room for a full hand on here, and I really like that. They got a little knurling on the back for your thumb, so you get a secure grip on this thing. But about the blade, D2, it's got a black stonewash finish, just like the one before. Like I said, D2, very high rust resistant, very easy to sharpen, so that's great for a fixed blade. So the handle, G10, super comfortable in the hand. It's very easy to manipulate, feel exactly where you're at, and you get a lanyard at the end. So, survivalists sometimes say that they really like paracord, so if you really wanted to, you could unbraid it and have cordage. That's kind of cool. But if you don't like the paracord, you can always take it off. You just pull it off right here. But I like it. I'm going to keep it on because I think it looks good. So, anyway, all together, hollow ground. I guess you could say this is kind of like a clip point, I guess you could say. But this is a Civivi Elementum fixed blade. You have plenty of room for a full hand. Hollow ground blade. It's D2 blade, and it's got a finish on it, so it's not gonna rust. You don't have to worry about, it's D2, so it's not gonna chip usually or anything. It shouldn't break. If it does, the customer support at Civivi and we are really good. So just email them, and then they'll get you replaced with another one. Anyway, G10 handle, which is super important. I really like G10 handles. They're super comfortable. In itself, it's really easy to kind of replace if you ever happen to break it. I've never broke one, but if you do happen to break it, it's really easy to replace. And they're put together with screws. They're held on with screws, so it's really easy to replace grips like this. You can get grips on the Civivi at Civivi.com, I believe. So, pretty much, this is a great fixed blade. Now, the final thing about a fixed blade, the sheath, right? So, the sheath comes in this this plastic bag here. Now, what I really love about what Civivi does with their sheaths is this little, why I always get the Kydex, not the leather, this clip right here. This clip, I'll insert a little close-up so you can see a lot better, but this clip, with a simple screwdriver, you can change the orientation, how it's put on your belt, how you want the knife to be presentable to you. So that's great. It leaves a lot of choices up to the user. A lot of leather sheaths have one way you hook it onto your belt. This has infinite. You can change it as much as you want. The height, the how it's angled. So I mean, it really leaves a lot up to the user, really how you want it to. And I haven't even put it in the sheath yet, and this is instant lock. No jiggle whatsoever. Comes out fine. So I mean, it's great. Got a little thumb holder right here, pops right out, clicks right back in. You can use, now it's a little big for scout carry, I think, but you can always move this to scout carry. So I mean, it's great. The clip I love. It leaves so much up to the user to change, like I said. And it's Kydex. So there's nothing you can say bad about Kydex. Kydex is great. You don't have to oil it like leather. It's awesome. Really easy to unclip and clip back. Super easy. These little tabs. You push in, open it, and you just push it back to lock. So that is the Civivi fixed blade. So what are my overall thoughts on the Civivi knives? They're great. I love Civivi. I love Civivi as a company. I love the knives they produce. They're awesome. They're always comfortable. The actions and folders are beyond anything usually that I have. They're some of my favorite actions. The Elementum was one of the most popular knives last year. So I mean, it didn't get popular for no reason. Go check them out. The price point on this one, give me a second. I didn't write this on my cheat sheet. You're getting to see raw footage right now. $65.74 on their website right now. I just looked it up. $65.74 for a D2 blade, fixed blade. What else could you ask for? Civivi, I love Civivi. I love Civivi knives. Go check them out. Okay, guys, that was just 2 versions of the Mini that Civivi offers in the Elementum. The fixed blade Elementum and the Tanto style Elementum. Go check them out. Civivi.com. Leave down in the comments what I can do better. What do you think about the new studio? Do you like inside videos better than outside? I'm going to start doing some more inside videos. So, I mean, if you don't like them, I don't have to. But I really like the wall. So, guys, tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what I can do better so I can make your experience better at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, I'm having fun. So, I need to make sure you guys are having fun with me. So, guys, don't forget, give me a follow. And always remember, stay to Z.
Sounds good.